Hi everyone and welcome back to Art with Miss Choate. And today for Saturday in the studio, we're going to be taking it a little bit easy. This is something that I think is great for young kids as well as adults, going back to that root of what I'm here for. I want everyone to be making art during this time. So we're going to be doing some simple lines, some simple expressing yourself through color. You can be using any medium you have in your house. Don't feel limited by what I choose to use. Anything can work for this project. We'll be doing lines. If you want to listen to music while you're doing this, feel free. We're going to be trying to take it easy and explore through lines and through color what we can make. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to be doing is drawing lines across our paper. Now I do want you to be a little bit thoughtful about where you're putting these lines, whether you do them first in pencil or in a marker or in a pen or in a gel pen, that's up to you. I'm going to go ahead and make sure my lines are going from one side of the page to the other, and they can come off of each other. I did mention I wanted you to think, but I don't want you to think too hard. I do want you to be focusing on relaxing. And I don't want any of my shapes to get too small because we will be going back in and adding color, but I do want there to be some visual interest. And maybe I'm done with my black and I move on to a different color of line. And there's no rules with this. Once you're done making your lines, you could go back in if you want some of your lines to be thicker. You could go ahead and add a little bit more width or thickness to your line. Your lines could start to take on a little bit of their own body, their own life. Maybe they go through other lines, maybe they don't. Maybe they were originally drawn as black, but now you can go back with a different color and go over them. This is up to you. I decided I kind of like how that color looks. Maybe I'll do a little bit more right up here. And now I'm going to go ahead and start to add color in. Now you could think about value, go light to dark. Maybe you start with a red and go light to dark with it inside. So maybe we're going here and we're going to go dark red all the way down to light red. Now remember, it doesn't matter what supplies you're using, or you could use a bunch of supplies. You could make this as complicated or as easy as you would like. Maybe you don't want to do value and you just want to color the whole section in red. It's completely up to you. The goal today, though, is to relax and let your mind wander, let your mind think about what it wants to think about. If it wants to get really into this and really, oh, what about this color and what about that color? That's fine. Let it do what it wants to do. Try not to control it. You could even play with the mixing of colors like we've talked about in previous videos. I'm just gently easing it down to my light. And now I could do another color over here. Maybe I do it in the same direction, or maybe I do it in a different. I think I'll do the same direction. So it's going to be the light blue down here, darker blue as it goes up higher. But it's a smaller box, so I won't have that much time to go from one way to the other. Now you could also switch up the supplies you're using. Maybe you want to do some of the areas in paint and some in color pencil. That's up to you. So maybe I'll do and don't forget about that video the other day where we were talking about the process. You can also go ahead and use other things to influence. So maybe I use my finger because I want it to be really light up here. And I really like what this color turned out with. And it was mostly because I had this orange in my cup that was old water and I didn't clean it out, but I'm kind of happy now that I didn't clean it out. But I'm gonna make it darker here. I'm gonna make it smooth, go into there. Don't be afraid to play. And then I just added a lighter shade of blue to try to get rid of that line, to blend it in. Now I went into that one, so maybe I'll use a blue over there, but I'm quite liking how that's looking. So we're gonna keep going, filling it up. I'm gonna stick with this light to dark kind of technique. You don't have to, we could just color it in and pretend it was a coloring sheet. I just want you to relax and take a breath today. So I hope you had fun with us today, Saturday in the studio. I hope you learned something new or just at least relaxed, because a lot of times the best kind of art I make is when I actually feel like I'm decompressing. Like this is a way that I'm taking a deep breath. It's allowing me to take that moment to breathe where maybe other things don't. Maybe reading a book makes you a little anxious. Maybe, the show you're watching is kind of getting you a little worked up. Whereas art doesn't do that necessarily. Not all the time anyways. When it's like a very detailed thing it might, but when it's something like this, I get to breathe. So I hope you're able to breathe with me today and relax. And remember, as always, please, if you like this, hit that like button. Drop in the comments what you'd like to see more. Would you like to see more of these simple, easy, breathing, art, relaxing videos? Or what would you like to see? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, hit that subscribe button so that you get notified every day at 9 a.m. All right, well, I hope you join me tomorrow, Sunday, for Art in the Studio. Bye.